Buenos tardes, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. It's a serious one. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all, ding, so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. I appreciate all the support. I'm very humbled. So it's official, like a referee's whistle. Boxer Enriquez is gone. Okay, so those of you that watch Boxer Enriquez channel, I think it's Renee Enriquez Uncensored, the Mop Spot, and I think he has another channel, man. I'm not too sure about that. But there was a lot of people. He was getting a lot of attention. He was getting a lot of views. He was getting a lot of traction. And with traction and views and all that, especially on social media and YouTube in particular, you will get negativity. You will get hate. You will get scam artists. You will get people that try to befriend you for one reason or the other, just to get in your pockets or to get at you in some form or fashion. Now, with Boxer Enriquez, man, he's a very intelligent individual, and at the same time, he's a person of interest when it comes to the YouTube prison genre. One, because you know that the things that he says or the things he presents as far as content on his channel have a lot of truth to them. Also, at the same time, who better to tell you a prison story than a man who really lived it in real life, right? Regardless of how you feel on how he ended up and why he ended up on YouTube, the man is out. He's free. He did what he felt was in his best interest to facilitate freedom. And he did his thing, man. Now he decided. And I remember when Boxer was discussed, I think one of the most notorious videos on YouTube is the video of Boxer Enriquez debriefing. Okay. And in that, it piqued a lot of people's interest because the intelligence that man possesses, the vernacular that he possesses, the wordplay, the game, the intricate details of the context of the wording that he uses, even baffled law enforcement. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand the intelligence that these members from organizations possess. Everyone thinks of a gang member or someone who lived that life as stupid, maybe street smart, but not book smart. But they don't grasp the realization that we are, when we're gang members, when we're part of a group, an organization, whatever it is, we are supposed to strive for education. There's nothing more viable in this world than education, and you strive for it. You strive for what can sustain you, what can help you mentally, what could help you through the hardships and what you're going through, and what could help you in the future. Now, Boxer, he surprised everyone, and like I said, it became a notorious video, the debriefing video, because at the same time, even though he was doing something that was considered taboo to the gang life, defecting, dropping out, giving up information, he was doing it in the most eloquent way, right? Something that no one had ever seen. And I think it was the first debriefing process ever put out on social media where you got to see someone of that high caliber, someone of that nature, someone that was part of an organization that's that real. And he was doing his thing. Okay. Whatever he chose to speak on was that man's words and that man's words only. Now, at the same time, I remember seeing it and thinking, damn, is this motherfucker a rocket scientist or some type of professor? But he professed what he wanted. So in that, he gained a lot of notoriety. And I knew it was only a matter of time before eventually he would find himself to YouTube or to social media. And in doing so, I hit the hammer, hit the nail right on the head. When he was released, which if you guys recall, Boxer Enriquez was put up for parole one time, got denied, went up the second time. And he's been up prior times to this, but I'm talking about in the last few years. And then he was granted his release. And there was a lot of people there was a lot of skepticism. Would he get involved in social media? Would he show his face? Now, through my advice, and it's just on social media because I have no direct contact with this guy. Don't know where he is. Don't know what he's up to, right? Not even this minute. But my whole thing was, I thought it would be better because he was such a high caliber case. And it's not like it's a person that no one doesn't recognize just by his word, his voice, or his image, right? I thought he should get out the way. I thought he shouldn't tempt the hands of fate. But instead, because I don't have no direct correspondence with that man, I wasn't able to say it only through videos. And I think you've seen some of my videos where I thought, and people thought I was hating. You're just hating because Boxer's coming up and he's doing views. No, there was no hatred at all. I respect every man. Doesn't matter what position they're in, except if you're a chomo or a weirdo. I can't do that. I can't do that, right? But in his case, I don't know with undeniable truth, right? Undeniable facts that he's ever been involved in anything like that. All I know is who the man he was, what he was part of, and that he defected. And so in doing so, I said, because he's such high priority and high caliber, he shouldn't. I didn't see no gain other than monetary gain, or I don't know if it's therapeutic to him to create a channel. So he created a channel, the Mobsa, with Mundo Mendoza, who is another figure, man, that's a historical figure in the Southern California life, right? Someone who, if you could take his word as pura, he's not going to talk down on you. He's not going to talk against you. He's just going to talk his realisms, excuse me. And that's that, right? Now, him and Boxer made the perfect tag team to do this because it was undeniable that these guys were part of that life. It was undeniable that a lot of the things they spoke on were possibly true. Now, I didn't co-sign or directly involve myself in certain things that they talked about because I felt there were some better things left unsaid. But it's not my business to speak on that, right? But this right here, I wanted to put out there for everyone because this is going to help you, especially if you're a content creator. So listen up. Today I was given a phone call by someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone who is in contact with Boxer Enriquez, right? And in that phone call, it was brought to my attention and was told to keep quiet, don't speak on it at all. And so I wasn't going to do a video. It was just for my ears only. I said, cool, man, damn, that's fucked up. What happened is Boxer's gone. Okay. Someone, and no, not in the physical form. He's still alive. He's still breathing. But somebody was able to get a hold of his YouTube channels and hack them and shut them down. Now, him being new to YouTube and not laced in the game, you can be the most intelligent person on the yard, the most intelligent person in that shoe. That doesn't necessarily mean that the YouTube politics or the YouTube get down the way it is. And somehow, some way, and I don't know who did it and for what reasons, but somehow, some way they were able to get into the mob spot. Enrique Rodriguez Uncensored and whatever other channel he has and shut it down. Now, it happened last night, and the first thing was the mob spot. If you go to that channel, it shows not available, meaning they shut his channel down. And who has experience with something like this? Myself, man. And to this day, man, I think I know what happened to my channel, but I'm not for sure. I know I blamed the baby mama because I was upset. But after looking into her eyes and knowing the way she rocks, I don't believe she's the one who shut my channel down. I believe there was other things involved. But at the same time, I'm not blaming anyone. And it's already water under the bridge. I wouldn't even care if it was a homie and he told me, yeah, I did that for whatever reason. Hey, bro, it's all good. I get it, right? Now, at the same time, when I think about Boxer's situation and them shutting his channels down, now, I don't know if the Uncensored channel is still up, but he has no access to his channels from what I'm hearing, right? That means that this guy cannot post videos. That means that this guy monetarily is not involved with this channel anymore. However, these hackers or these people, these individuals got into his channel, and it's as much as opening a link of a mysterious link that's sent to you. If your email is out there, someone can send you a mysterious link. If you tap onto it, they can steal your identity. They can hack you. They can steal your channel. They could get in possession of your channel, change the password on you, and you're fucked. You're done. No matter who you are or what you do, the only thing you can do is create a new email and start a new channel, and you have to start from dust. Dust, right? So in Boxer Enriquez's case, this is something that he's going to have to do. Now, what's the reasoning behind this? It could be monetary. It could be envy. It could be just right out hatred. It could be someone who felt that he was vulnerable because he was new to the content creation. It could be someone that has reasonings. Maybe he spoke on something he wasn't supposed to, and they figured out a way to get in. At the same time, it does worry people out there in YouTube, but it's something that's been happening. It's something that you need to stay aware of. It's something that could happen to anyone as easily as it happened to him. And so what does this mean for him? Well, from what I could see, I'm sure he's probably tripping. When you put work into your channel, you create, and again, I tell people, watch what you say and watch what you create about, because if you're speaking on other people or talking about other things, they could be feeling or taking it as disrespect. Not everybody takes my jokes as jokes. I understand that, right? I continue to joke because that's my nature, but I understand not everybody gets it. Sometimes it flies over someone's head or right in their mascara. It's just the way it is. With Boxer Enriquez, it's a mystery. Who did this? Why? You know, he was playing a lot of wiretap conversations. I think I did a video about that a while back, and I was like, what kind of content is this to play other people's voice messages? And we knew where they came from. You know, he didn't just create these. These were given to him or manufactured somewhere in the prison system or through law enforcement. And this was the context of his content, playing wiretaps and basically speaking on the situation and deciphering it for people. And a lot of people are interested in it. One, they're hearing criminal activity live and direct right there on a wiretap. Two, there's a lot of people within law enforcement that are surprised that these got out, so they want to hear. You know, a lot of people are into the chisme. And three, it's coming from a guy who actually was involved at a very high level in criminality and an organization. And so him basically being the voice of reason on these videos and breaking down everything that's going on is very interesting. It's interesting content. It's not content I watch just because I live the lifestyle. I don't need to hear other people speaking on a wire or hear people incriminating themselves or incriminating others or getting caught up. To me, I just don't like it. I don't care for it. But I wasn't knocking the man or hating on the man. The moral to this video is this man's channels are shut down. Right now, if you go on the Mob Spot, no channel. I did just to see. You know, like I said, he has no control, so he cannot post anything. I'm sure he'll be posting in the next coming days. If he creates another channel, I'm sure he'll be posting a video probably explaining the situation. And is it a big deal? Well, for those that will support him or watch his channel, it is. Imagine waking up in the morning and the channel is gone. I've been through it. I know exactly how it feels. I remember being in San Francisco right there on the pier, kicking it, recording, thinking I'm going to upload something to Gunners Collective, the original channel, the first channel, the banger channel. Everybody remembers. And imagine trying to upload and your channel doesn't exist. So who better to know about a situation like this than me? And that was my own stupidity. So I wanted to say this. There was something that was posted on the Rene Enriquez Uncensored channel. And it was like somebody said that they had a future video coming. Now this, I don't believe is that guy. I believe someone took his channel and they're trying to put QR codes up and things up. So that way, if you tap into that, you could possibly be hacked as well. I'm just saying, be vigilant, watch what you're doing, because it would be unfortunate for someone who thinks they're getting something that they're not getting because they tapped in to a channel that they support and try to bless them or bought something. And in the end, they don't get that and they get their fucking identities took. It's crazy, right? This is social media. This is the world now. Everyone's out trying to get someone. Now, again, man, I don't know if this was done purposeful. I mean, I'm sure it was done purposeful, but I don't know if they intended to target that man because of who he is and because of the things he speaks on. And if that's the case, he has more to worry about than a YouTube channel, right? I would think so. You know, this leads back to my old video that I did on Boxer, saying for a fact, man, that I felt him being on social media. And I understand the monetary gains. There's a lot of money involved. You can make a lot of money if you have a very good channel. And I understood that it was exclusive to have him literally speaking, just like Michael Francesi. Boxer Enriquez was kind of on the same course. He was elevating. His channel was going up. And now he has to start all over again. Now somebody was able to manipulate and get involved. And to me, it's probably someone that's very closely attached to him, his inner circle, because I can't see anyone getting any of his codes or anything like that from the outside. But again, there are hackers that are vested and willing and able to do certain things. I feel bad for the man, but at the same time, you know, it's the energy you put out into the world is the energy that you get back, you know? Sometimes when you have done cruel things throughout your life and you think you've changed and you think, hey, everything is good now, man, I'm a different person. The rhythm of the world don't work that way. And sometimes disaster after disaster befalls you before you've paid your debt to society and to the world's energy, right? I know I'm getting into some weird shit, but I'm just being real, you know? But anyways, long story short, Boxer's gone from YouTube for now. His channel's gone. And the Mob Spot, which is Mundo Mendoza's channel. And you have to think that someone targeted him. Someone seen him vulnerable. They caught him in a vulnerable position, was able to get his information. And that scares people. People that are content creators, because it's like, man, if they could easily do it to someone as intelligent as that, imagine everyone else. Now, I'll say this about Boxer. As intelligent as he is, as charismatic, as spectacular vernacular as he has, as vocal, and we know he's vocal. We could see in the debriefing tapes. No disrespect, I'm just keeping it real, right? But from what we see and all the things that have led up to Boxer's demise, whether it be behind the walls in his career, gang banging or part of a criminal organization, all the way to being an informant or a debriefer, whatever you guys want to call them. Whatever choice a man makes in his life is his choice. Ultimately, I don't think anyone should be stepped on, talked about, disrespected because of the choices they made, unless they're a fucking weirdo. If people decide to work with law enforcement, that's their decision. They are going to suffer the consequences for that action. It doesn't make you any hardcore or any type of man to disrespect or talk about that man unless you're going to do something to him personally. That's the way I feel. We do go back and forth with little YouTube beefs. Oh, you're a bitch. Oh, this or that. Rat for debriefer, fucking performer, fucking chiruhu. Yeah, that's you, fat boy, right? And all this. But at the end of the day, unless you're literally going to do something to a man personally, there comes a time when you have to let all that go. With that being said, just wanted to put out there breaking news, man. Boxer Enriquez is gone. His channels are gone. And that's that, man. Unfortunately, I'm not happy about it. I'm not sad about it. I'm just bringing you guys the info. It just is what it is. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. The gun. Exclusives.